Hello students, the next topic of this chapter that is apomixis. It is the phenomenon of the formation of the embryo through the asexual reproduction and without formation of the gametes and the fertilization. So it is a unusual sexual reproduction which do not shows the meiosis and syngamy. So syngamy is what? Fusion of male gamete with the egg cell. So that is a syngamy. So this we are not observing in the apomixis. So this embryo is developed from the ovule and ovule develops from the seed. So generally here what? This embryo develops from the ovule and ovule develops into the seed. Now there is a gametophytic cell or gametophytic organ or any other cell develops into the embryo without fertilization. So that is called as a apogamy. So why here? Because gametophytic organ or the cell develops into the embryo. So that's why it is called as a apogamy. But sometimes diploid sporophyte produces diploid gametophyte. So that without meiosis, so that is called as a apospory. So what is the difference between apogamy and apospory? There is a gametophytic organ or the cell develops the organ without fertilization. Here is that is called as a apogamy, and apospory what? When the diploid sporophyte develops into the diploid gametophyte, that is called as a apospory. So apogamy and apospory. Through the gametophyte produces embryo. So the gametophyte, so that's why apogamy. And the apospory what? Through the sporophyte produces gametophyte. So the apospory. So these two things we observe in the apomixis. So there are the three categories: recurrent apomixis, non-recurrent apomixis, and adventive apomixis or adventive embryonic apomixis. Now non-recurrent apomixis. So what is that non-recurrent apomixis? Here is a egg cell and the embryo are the haploid, and the embryo develops from the egg cell. Now here this egg cell is a haploid and which develops into the embryo. So here embryo is a in generally we observe the embryo is formed by the zygote. So zygote is formed by the fusion of male gamete with the egg cell. So this step is absent. Directly egg cell produces what? Embryo. So without fertilization. So this fusion of male gametes with the egg cell is absent. So it directly forms egg cell directly from the embryo. So that is called as a non-recurrent apomixis. In this condition, this megaspore mother cell. What is that megaspore mother cell? The first cell. The megaspore mother cell undergoes the meiosis and forms the 4 daughter cells. That 3 is inactive and only one is active and form the embryo sac. So here is that megaspore mother cell is present in this which undergoes the normal meiosis and forms the haploid embryo sac. So these kind of ways we observe the megaspore mother cell forms the haploid embryo sac, and this embryo arises from the egg. Okay, what is that? This egg cell produces this haploid egg cell directly produces the embryo. So here the embryo arises from the egg cell, and such type of way is called as a parthenogenesis. This condition is called as a parthenogenesis. From some other haploid cell gametophyte through the apogamy, and or we can also observe some other haploid cell. If it is not the egg cell, then other haploid cell, what is that? There is a 2 synergids. Egg cell covers the 2 synergids. So maybe synergid undergoes for the formation of egg cell or maybe antipodal cell. Okay, so these cells forms what? Embryo. Huh? If it is egg cell is not formed embryo, then instead of egg cell there may be the other cell present in the embryo sac, and that any one produces what? Embryo. So this is called as a apogamy. Now this type of a plant, if it is a plant produced in such a method, so that plant is a sterile one and which do not reproduce sexually. So this we observe in the Nicotiana. So that is a non-recurrent. Now next one, that is a adventive embryonic. So this adventive, again embryo develops from the somatic nucleus or from the integument. So integument is a part of a ovule. That integument produces embryo, or sometimes somatic nucleus produces the embryo with along with the normal zygotic embryo. So in this adventive, what happened? There is a somatic nucleus. So nucleus covers the embryo sac. That nucleus is made up of parenchymatous tissue. So that somatic nucleus forms the embryo, or sometimes integument forms the embryo. So this condition is called as a adventive embryonic. So this we can such type of condition we can observe in the mango, orange and lemon. So this produces polyembryonic condition. Okay, so this polyembryonic condition gets formed due to this type of. So there is a somatic nucleus consists of more than one cell. There is a mass of a cell. So maybe this mass of a cell, there not only the single cell undergoes to form the embryo, there are the many cells, so that many cell can undergoes for the formation of the embryo. So there may be the chances of formation of the more than one embryo. So that's why it is called as a polyembryonic stage we can observe in the adventive embryonic. So genetically, in such type of cases, genetically identical plants can be produced, which produce effectively and rapidly by the apomixis. So this is what. So what is it? Adventive embryonic? Adventive embryonic forms by the embryo forms by the somatic nucleus or from the, what is that, integument. So there are the integument one, not only one, two integuments. So maybe the chances of formation of two embryo, one integument from one outer integument from one embryo, inner integument also forms the embryo. So two embryo, we can also polyembryonic structure we are observing that. So this is the adventive apomixis, embryonic apomixis. So such type of is called as a parthenogenesis. Now parthenocarpy, what is that? First it was discovered by the Knoll in 1902, and parthenocarpy, this phenomenon or this process is nothing but the production of seedless fruit. Seedless fruit we can observe in the banana, papaya, pineapple, even the watermelon. So in that fruit we observe the absence of seed. Such type of a fruit is called as a parthenocarpic fruit. And what type of condition observed in that to form the parthenocarpic fruit? In this there is a placenta of the ovary. Placenta, what is a part of we observe in this ovule connected with the ovary wall. That connection is called as a placenta. So that placental tissue forms some hormone. That hormone is called as a auxin. That auxin is a indole acetic acid. So this auxin promotes to form the fruit. So the ovary transform into the fruit. How it is so? Auxin. So this auxin gets produced by the placental tissue. So the placental tissue produces the auxin. That auxin transforms the ovary into the fruit. So this is the we observe, and it is a resemblance of the seedless fruit. So because here fertilization do not occurs, so directly ovary converts into the fruit, so that's why it is forms the seedless fruit. Now there is a next one, polyembryony. So as I told you, polyembryony, it means what? More than one embryo. So more than one embryo, how it is this form? As I told you that the somatic cell or the integument undergoes to form the embryo. So somatic cell, it is a mass of a parenchymatous tissue which these cells forms the embryo. So here first it was discovered by the Leeuwenhoek in 1790 in the citrus genus. He observed that multiple seedlings. So seedlings is when seedlings form, when the seed undergoes the germination, that embryo germinate and forms the white color node like a structure which is called as the seedlings. So here one seed produces the more than one seedlings. Okay, so that how it gets happened, how the more than one seedlings we can observe, so that there may be the presence of more than one embryo inside the seed, so that embryo produces the more than one seedlings. So this is called as a true or false type of a polyembryonic condition. What is that? No, false embryo, when the many embryo are present in the separate embryo sac. Okay, what is the condition here? We can observe one embryo sac or more than one embryo sac. Okay, generally we observe the ovule possesses only one embryo sac, but sometimes there may be the chances of ovule one, single ovule can possess more than one embryo sac, and so just because of that there may be the chances of production of more embryos. Now here, if the many embryos develops in the many embryo sac, then that is called as a false embryonic. If the many embryos develop inside the same embryo sac, that is called as a true polyembryonic. So here is a diagram I want to show this polyembryonic structure. So this is the seed which shows the two seedlings, one and two seedlings. You can easily make out 1, 2 and this one third. 3 seedlings we can observe. Okay, so there may be this seed consists of 3 embryo. So that 3 embryo germinate and forms the 1, 2, 3 seedlings. So that is, so adventitious polyembryony, and embryo develops directly from the diploid cell of the nucellus. As I told you that the somatic cell, that somatic nucellus, diploid cell. The integuments, maybe the integuments. So cleavage or polyembryony zygote, proembryo sometimes divides into the many part or units, and each unit then develops into the embryo. So here is a zygote. When the zygote form, normally zygote formed by the fusion of male gamete with the egg cell. Here is a zygote zygote is itself is a proembryo. Okay, and that zygote develops, and that zygote forms the many cleavages and form many parts. Due to the many cleavages forms the many part, and that many part undergoes the development of embryo. So these many parts forms the many embryo. So polyembryony increases the chances of survival of new plant, and nucellus adventive polyembryony is the greater significance in the horticulture. So here it helps to develop the plant. So if it is a more than one embryo, there is no chances of viability. No, there is no chances of the dormancy. The seed can germinate 100%. So that is called as a what is that? Polyembryony. Now this is the recurrent apomixis. So as I told you that the apomixis shows the 3 category: non-recurrent, and recurrent and adventive. So there is a one more category is remaining, recurrent apomixis. In this, the nuclei of the embryo sac generally diploid, and this such type of embryo sac may arise from the cell of the archisporium. So that is called as a generative apospory. Okay, generative apospory and somatic apospory. The other cell of the nucleus develops the embryo, that is called as a somatic apospory. So here is a embryo sac is a diploid, and the archisporium, this forms the embryo sac. So such embryo sac may arise from the archisporium. So archisporium forms the embryo sac, and that embryo sac is a diploid. So what is that? Recurrent apomixis. Recurrent apomixis forms the embryo sac, diploid embryo sac by, through the archisporium. So that is a generative apospory. Or sometimes it forms the other cells, okay, other somatic cells or nucellus. So that is called as a somatic apospory. So it is a development of the diploid embryos from the diploid cell of the archisporium. So example is given, that is a Parthenium. So recurrent apomixis, in that embryo is formed by the archisporium. So the archisporium forms the embryo sac, and that embryo sac is how it is, diploid type of embryo sac. So this is all about the recurrent apomixis. So here we completed the first chapter, that is reproduction in lower and higher plant. Thank you.